Greetings, Phil Hoovians, Hoovie and Queener. Hope I'm having a good week so far. Well, our look at the 12th Doctor era now comes to a close as we take a look at his final adventure, Twice Upon a Time. Wandering back to his TARDIS through the South Pole in 1986 after leaving his companions behind, the First Doctor refuses to regenerate. He encounters the 12th Doctor outside his own TARDIS in a similar state of mind. The pair are soon approached by a confused and injured First World War British captain, displaced from December 1914, while in a gunpoint stalemate with a German soldier. All three of them forcibly taken into a large spaceship. Inside, they meet with Belle Potts. The 12th Doctor, however, doubts she is the real Belle. Upon encountering the ship's glass-eyed holographic pilot, they offered freedom in exchange for allowing the ship to return the captain to the moment of his death. Refusing to allow the captain to die, they escape to take the First Doctor's TARDIS to the planet Villengard in the far future. Alone, the 12th Doctor meets with a rogue Dalek, Rusty, who has taken refuge from other Daleks hunting it. Given access to the Dalek hive mind, the Doctor learns that the pilot and its ship, known as Testimony, were created on New Earth, designed to extract people from their timelines at the moment of their death and archive their memories into glass avatars. Bill is one such avatar, created from her memories. Seeing no evil to fight, the Doctors agree to return the captain to his timeline. Upon arrival, the captain asks the Doctor to keep an eye on his family, introduces him as Archibald Hamish Lethbridge Stewart, implying that he is the ancestor to the Doctor's frequent ally, lifelong friend the Brigadier, and his daughter Kate Stewart. As time resumes, the Doctors watch as soldiers on both sides begin singing Silent Night. The 12th Doctor explains to the First he deliberately shifted the captain's timeline forward to the start of the Christmas truce to ensure his life would be spared. With the captain saved, the First Doctor informs the 12th that he is now prepared to regenerate and says goodbyes before returning to his TARDIS. He returns to the South Pole for Ben and Polly and finally regenerates into his second incarnation. Now alone with Bill's avatar, the 12th Doctor adamantly contends that she is not really Bill, but she argues that memories are what defines a person. Bill's avatar restores the Doctor's memories of Claire Oswald before they are joined by Nardal's avatar. The Doctor, however, refuses to give the avatars testimony of his life. They respect his wish to be alone and leave after he embraces them both. The Doctor then returns to the TARDIS and decides to regenerate, but not before relaying some personal advice to his next incarnation. After the newly regenerated 13th Doctor examines her own reflection, the TARDIS suffers multiple system failures due to damage caused by the delayed regeneration. Falling out of the tumbling ship, the Doctor watches in horror as the time rotor in the console room explode, and the TARDIS dematerializes while she plummets towards the Earth below. Dun dun dun! So now let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. Twice Upon a Time takes place towards the end of the First Doctor's final serial, The 12th Planet. So much is shown at the start of the special. During the last episode's final moments, the Doctor leaves his companions Ben and Polly and returns to the TARDIS. The final collapse in the console room, where he undergoes his first regeneration. Derek Martinez, the episode's director, apparently cut a line from the original script which suggested that the Doctor was refusing to give in to the regeneration process. Stephen Moffat's 2017 story creates an extended narrative around that part of the story, in which the First Doctor relays his generation encounters his future self, the 12th Doctor, in the snowy wasteland. When Testimony shows the First Doctor images of his future incarnations, clips from both the classic series and The Arrival are used, including the 3rd Doctor from Invasion of Dinosaurs, the 5th Doctor from Arc of Infinity, the 7th Doctor from the Happiness Patrol, the 8th Doctor from The Night of the Doctor, the 9th Doctor from The Parting of the Ways, and the 10th Doctor from The Waters of Mars. Testimony also lists several of the Doctor's future titles: The Shadow of the Valeyard, The Oncoming Storm, The Open of Pandorica, The Beast of Trenzalore, The Butcher of Skull Moon, and the Doctor of War. The Destroyer of Skar refers to the destruction of the planet and members of the Daleks, although Skar was later restored, as explained in Asylum of the Daleks and shown in The Magician's Apprentice. The Opus factories of Villengard were originally mentioned in the Doctor Dances, where the Ninth Doctor implied that he was responsible for their destruction. Helen Clay, who would become the Testimony's glass pilot, was from New Earth and lectured at New Earth University, a reference to the 10th Doctor stories New Earth and Gridlock. And now let's take a look at some outside references. The Doctor dresses his original incarnation as Mary Berry, Corporal Jones, and Mr. Patstree. Mr. Patstree was comedic variety stage act and children's show character played by actor Richard Hearn. who was once considered for the role of our Doctor. Hart, however, wanted to play the Doctor as a version of Mr. Patstree, so he was passed over in favor of Tom Baker. The Doctor paraphrases philosopher Bertrand Russell when he invites his future self that hate is foolish and love is always wise. So let's take a look at the production of this episode, beginning with the cast notes. Peter Capaldi reprised his role as the 12th Doctor. On January 30th, 2017, he confirmed that the 10th series would be his last, and that it was set to leave after the 2017 Christmas special. The episode also sees the introduction of Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor, whose casting was announced on July 16th, 2017. David Bradley appears in the episode as the first Doctor, having previously portrayed William Hartnell in the docudrama An Adventure in Space and Time. This makes him the third actor to play the role in the television program, after William Hartnell and Richard Hurndall, since the premiere of Doctor Who in 1963. Bradley briefly played Solomon in the 2012 episode Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Since 2017, Bradley has reprised his role as the first Doctor in many audio dramas for Big Finish Productions, alongside his co-stars from An Adventure in Space and Time. The first trailer for the episode was shown during the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con, revealing the return of Polly, a companion from the end of William Hartnell's tenure as the first Doctor, portrayed by Lily Travers, and Pearl Mackie Belle Potts. Also confirmed were appearances by Toby Whithouse, writer of 7 episodes between 2006 and 2017, and Mark Gatiss, also writer of 9 episodes between 2005 and 2017, marking his 4th acting appearance in the series, playing a character credited as the Captain. In an interview following the episode's broadcast, Gatiss said he cried at the thought of playing the Brigadier's grandfather when he finished reading the script. However, the Eastman Literary Estate asserted their control of the backstory of the Brigadier, said Archibald was actually the Brigadier's great-uncle who appeared in The Night of the Intelligence. Later compromised and was passed as prologue by Archibald may secretly be the biological father of the Brigadier's father, thereby allowing for either interpretation. It was later confirmed that Ben Jackson, a companion of the first and second Doctors, who served alongside Polly, would also feature in the episode, and that he would be played by the former Hollyoaks cast member Jared Garfield. Hartnell, Annick Wells, and Michael Craze appeared as first Doctor, Polly and Ben, respectively, through archive footage, as also did Patrick Troughton as the first regenerated second Doctor. Nikki Muka-Bird voices the Glass Woman. As was the last change of showrunners, Chibnall wrote the final moments of the episode, so allowed him to write Whittaker's first lines on the show. This happened at the 2010 special The End of Time, when Moffat took over for Russell T Davies at the final moments of the episode, writing Matt Smith's first words as the 11th Doctor. The episode includes a cameo appearance by Jenna Coleman as Clara Oswald, as the Doctor's memories of Clara, lost during Hell Bent, are restored. The scene was also the last to be filmed for the episode, and while Coleman was willing to come back to film, timing between the filming of this special and her work in Victoria was difficult to arrange. Moffat said, quote, "How many times have I killed a girl off and she was right there in my last shot? It's absolutely extraordinary. The unkillable Coleman." And now finally, let's take a look at the filming. The episode was written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Rachel Talalay, who wrote and directed the 2-part finale of the 10th series, World Enough in Time / The Doctor Falls, respectively. In January 2016, Moffat announced that he would step down as the program's showrunner after the 10th series, to be replaced by Chris Chibnall, beginning with the 11th series in 2018. But a 2017 Christmas special was not mentioned in the plans at that time. The change in showrunners almost caused the annual episode to be cancelled, as Moffat planned to leave after the 10th series finale, and Chibnall did not want to begin this run with a Christmas special. When he learned of Chibnall's plans, Moffat elected to stay long enough to produce one final episode, as he was concerned that the show would lose the coveted December 25th slot in the future if it missed it a year. As a result, he had to rewrite his plans for the 10th series finale to allow Capaldi to appear in one more episode. Near the end of the special, the 2 Doctors part company returned to their respective TARDISes to undergo regeneration. The first Doctor's regeneration is shown using original footage from the 10th planet. Although the last episode of the 1966 story is one of the missing episodes of Doctor Who, the regeneration sequence was preserved when it was used in the 1973 edition of the children's magazine program Blue Peter. The final scene of The Doctor Falls, involving David Bradley, was filmed as part of the filming of Twice Upon a Time in June 2017. Production for Twice Upon a Time started on June 12, 2017, and concluded on July 10, 2017. However, the final scene of the episode, in which Whittaker makes her debut as a doctor, was not filmed until July 19th. The episode had been reportedly titled The Doctors, before it was announced at the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con that it would officially be titled Twice Upon a Time. So overall, as the 12 Doctors' final adventure, this one is really dang good, and it was really nice to see Clara again one final time, so yeah. So overall, I give Twice Upon a Time 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in next week as we take a look at my favorite, as we take a look at my favorite 12 Doctor stories, and the week after that, we'll finally be taking a look at the 13 Doctors' tenure, beginning with The Woman Who Fell to Earth. So, until then, hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload videos, and if you want to help support this channel further, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. Anyway, until next time, this is Hoovy and Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've a recipe for the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.